Good morning, dear souls. This is August 1st, the eighth, number eight, the eighth month of the year. And eight is an infinity sign, right? So there's a lot going on today. There's a big boost of life force coming into all of us today because this is a month of the Lion's Gate as well, where there is just this infusion of the soul that seems to be hidden most of the time in our lives, but now we need to kind of get that thing rebooted and lifted to an understanding within ourselves that, if we could just contemplate our true self, if we could just keep asking ourselves, who am I, who am I, who am I am soul man. You are soul woman, Tara. You are soul woman, Lynn Adams. You are soul woman, Lisa. Jim, you're soul man. Ashley, soul woman. So it's it's kind of like a remembrance. It's kind of like that everything that's come before us in all our incarnations, we have to really appreciate our ancestors, because they paved the way for a lot of things. We don't have a clue really about how many things. It's so deep and powerful, but if we can have love today, love for our ancestors, those who have gone before us, those who are helping us out right now, it would really, really, really make this day spectacular, August 1st for us. All right. So, but and I think this quote from Yogananda that I'm going to share with you before we jump into our meditations, or you can start your meditation right now. You have carte blanche, as you all know. You can close your eyes and lose yourself in Salpikalpa Samadhi Yoga. You will find yourself in yourself. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you will drown yourself in yourself. One is where you can hold your consciousness in God, like the practicing the presence that we did yesterday's stream, practicing the presence of God, or japa yoga, talking to God all the time, as if you could do that all the time. You could keep a steady, kind of self-sustainable awareness of God. That's what and that's when you're meditating. So that's the Salpikalpa Salpikalpa Samadhi. But then Nirvikalpa Samadhi is you could be doing anything. You could be taking the kids to somewhere. You could be going to the movies with the children. You could be whatever, and you'll always be in that samadhi. That's Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Just so you know. All right. But this is the quote. This is the energy of today. Yogananda said, never let life beat you down. Never let this outer show get the better of us. I know it will happen, and it does happen, and it's part of the tapestry. It's part of the dance. Really is. It really is that we're going to slip slide and have our moments, with the dark side. We'll slip slide and have our moments with the dark side. But, it doesn't matter anymore. Good, bad, ugly, because you know that you are soul. You're the soul woman. You're the soul man. You know that can't change. And the more that you know that can't change, the more unchangeable you'll be. So you'll never let life beat you down. Yogananda then goes on to say, beat life. So if we're going to get, influenced by the outside dream drama, then we also got to know that we can beat that we can overcome that we can rise above that. So he says, beat life. If you have a strong will, you can overcome all difficulties. If you have a strong will, that means that Yogananda likes to use these words when it comes to that. He says, I can change. I have the will to change. These are Yogananda's exact words. I can change. I have the will to change. I will change. And then in another place, he said, I can, I must, and I will. I can, I must, and I will. Like in the AA program, when they get everything all kind of simplified, they say, Lord, I can't do this, but you can. It's all yours. So I can, I must, and I will. That is the way to change yourself and achieve absolute victory. But to go back to the original thought that I was sharing with you about having a strong will, you can overcome all difficulties. He ends that quote by saying, affirm even in the midst of trials. You want to hear a good quote? Why don't you repeat this a few times to yourself? Danger and I were born together. Danger and I were born together. And I am the elder brother. Danger and I were born together, and I am the older brother. So I am more dangerous than danger. I am more dangerous than danger. Danger and I were born together, but I'm the older brother. And I am more dangerous than danger. So let your soul come to the surface. Let it knock on the door of your awareness right now. Let it barge into your life. Why wouldn't it? And why not now? If not now, when? And if not you, who? Let it crash. Crash whatever is going on in your drama and trauma and soap opera life. Let it just crash and change the whole thing, because this month of August is going to be something. The Lionsgate, 8-8, and 8-8 being an infinity number. The eighth path, the Buddhist path, is 8 steps. The yogic path is 8 steps. The Tibetans have a path that's 8 rules or some of conduct, and there's so many eights in spirituality over the incarnations of life. So let's just feel that we are creating a spiraling vortex of insane magnet force, and the soul is just getting sucked into you. It's being sucked into you and me right now. and in the teachings of Saint Germain was posted today. That today is the restoration of the soul's inner senses. The restoration, my dears, just like restorative yoga, where you really take it slow and just hang out in the poses. This is what I mean by you are a magnet attracting this soul to you right now. It's in the ether, it's in the energy. It's like a restorative pose, and your heart is open, like a back bend of some kind. Or the cow and the cat moves that you can make, opening and moving the energy in the spine. That the soul lets you know loud and clear who you truly are, my dear. And here's who you are, says Saint Germain. There was a time when our souls walked in full radiance. Tara, I'm visualizing you walking in your full radiance, as well as you, Sarah, Lynn, Lisa, Jim, Cami, Ellen, Ashley, Marty. Now, can you visualize yourself recalling that soul and letting it magnetize into this great magnet that you are right now? You are so open. You are so focused. You are perfect. And the timing couldn't be better. So we can feel that full radiance when our souls walked in full radiance. We can really get a sense of that. And at the same time, as we're walking in that full radiance of soul awareness, divine communion, this salpikalpa samadhi, where we find ourselves in ourselves. We have divine communion, which is absolutely supernaturally natural. To have divine communion with this always, how can it not be? Thich Nhat Hanh said enlightenment is when a wave realizes it's the ocean. And as Rumi says, we're just not a drop in the ocean of love, but we're the entire ocean in a drop. And then there was that time where we, as souls, walked in full radiance and divine communion was natural. So was the flame within our heart shining without obstruction. The soul light. Oh, my dears, let it go to where the mind goes. You can trust your mind right now because soul has taken over. And know that that light is shining on wherever your mind goes right now. So don't worry about what you're thinking about. the light as your soul as the light is shining and overtaking the vibrations. If they are not a good thought or just an okay thought, the soul's taking you over, my dears. It's restoring as we sit here. So whatever thought enters your mind, the light is shining on it. It's transforming it, as well as your state of awareness right now. And oh, what bliss! Oh, what bliss we feel at the sight of thy light, O Lord. And oh, what bliss we feel at this intuitive sight of thy light. So as our whole awareness and consciousness right now in our intuitive imaginations, we're filled with the radiance of our souls. We're into divine communion with the ocean. The little wave has become the ocean of God's love. The flame in our hearts is shining onto every thought that enters our brain. And our spiritual faculties are being restored and flowing in seamless harmony with our divine origin. And these, as Saint Germain says, they're not just supernatural gifts that we just talked about, that you're experiencing right now, like a lotus flower opening its bud to the fullest. These aren't just supernatural gifts, my dears. They are natural capacities of the God-born soul that you are. This is you. And in these energies of today, this God-born soul is waiting to be reawakened through grace, love, and alignment with the grace of God. So, since we are in restoration and awakening, that sixth sense of all knowingness of the soul within us, you notice if your breath, notice if your breath is smooth, that it's guiding you in this meditation, in tune with your heartbeat, in tune with your pure awareness. And if you can plunge just a little deeper right now, just a little deeper inside yourself, your soul is gently, gently whispering, whispering to you and offering to you its guidance, its comfort, and its truth. It's like the Holy Spirit, the Holy Comforter. You're all wrapped up in the protection of the Holy Spirit, the Holy Comforter. In these quiet moments that your soul is whispering to you guidance, comfort, and truth. Because it always knows what's right for you. Let's set the tone for this whole month of August and this Lion's Gate of 8-8 coming up. But let's prepare for that and feel into your day, feel into yourself even deeper than a moment ago. And trust these quiet nudges of intuitions, these sparks of life, this ongoing natural communion with the beloved in perfect rapport. Because these nudges come from the deepest, wisest part of you, my dears. You may feel lost, but your soul knows the way back to peace and harmony and love. So we're being guided for this month to follow that guidance of our souls. Because it's the truest compass that we have. So as we come to a close of this start of an amazing month of infinite possibilities and infinite abundance, I just want to give us one more little inspiration before we close and just ask you a little question. What if your mind this morning when you woke up was lying to you about the morning? What if your mind was lying to you when you got up this morning? In other words, that the sun isn't rising, but you are. But you are rising. And maybe you considered or can consider that the peace you feel inside your house, if you're a homebody and you feel really at home in your house, you feel peace inside the house, that no matter how quiet the room or perfect the ritual, you have never found it. You never really have experienced that peace, or it never arrived to you for you. So you stepped outside of your front door barefoot, barefoot onto the fresh Gaia lawn, perhaps. And you were breathless. You were feeling undone, and something else stepped with you when you stepped outside onto Mother Gaia. It wasn't just light, it was soul. And you could hear the Om sound behind the bird calls. You could hear the Om singing with the birds. And the music of the spheres. You could feel in your bare feet the quiet geometry in the grass. You could feel the quiet geometry in the grass and the pulse and the pulse behind the pulse. The pulse behind the pulse behind the pulse. And you weren't thinking, you weren't planning, you just sat there. You just sat there, letting the thoughts come and go. Carving each one of those thoughts away like wind on stone. And what was left of you then was your soul. Your soul. No striving, no fixing, just remembering. Just remembering. And you realize that this is the real sunrise. This soul born of God rises every morning with no striving, no fixing, just remembering. And it's not the sun above you. It's the soul inside you. So we thank you, O Spirit, for perspective. We thank you, O Spirit, for maybe just one moment in this meditation this morning where we connected as we have since the beginning of the creation of our soul, as the ocean, and we as the wave have now become the ocean of you. It's going to be a fabulous month, my dears. So just lower your chin now and bow your head and pranam to what's coming next, which is more total awareness of who you truly are as a God-born soul. Thank you that this is so, O Spirit. We feel terrific. We feel joyous. We feel like danger and us were born together. But we are the elder brother or sister, and we're more dangerous than danger. And so it is. So be it. Aho. You know, what's funny this morning. I saw some posts that came in, and it's talking about how they're finding these cures, these natural cures for Alzheimer's, dementia, and such. You've probably seen those if you get on social media from time to time. I get on because I'm always looking at my groups, spiritual groups that come in with their posts, and they're finding these cures that are really, really working, apparently, according to the experts. But what we're doing here spiritually is very similar. We're looking for the cure all as well. We're looking for that soul. Where has my little soul gone? You know, and that soul, when she comes forward, as she's going to more and more in this month of August, be ready for that. You're going to feel cured. Cured? You're going to feel healed. You're going to feel whole. You're going to feel complete. You're going to feel more dangerous than danger. Yeah, yeah. You're going to feel like you're unstoppable, my dears. Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. There's no have tos or shoulds. It's just a possibility for all of us since we're so in tune. We have no idea how we're in tune with each other. We don't really know each other like in a way that most people just have the facts about somebody, and you talk about the news and you talk about. We know each other in a very special way through the growing intuition of our souls. Yeah, because we come here with that purpose. We come here to commune, to commune with the souls of each other and with the great spirit and merge in that great ocean, yeah, of God's presence. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this escapade. Yeah, this journey, right? For some reason, we're doing a journey together. So let's just take a moment and a breath at a time and see where our wings will take us. All right. All right. Much love, everybody. Do you have anything to share with anybody? You okay? Happy August 1st. Yeah. Good start. Woo. Nice. Love you all. Have a glorious day. And let's do our little mudra because it's growing every time in power And in realization, we love, ooh, we care, and we share. Mm, beautiful, beautiful. May our world feel these vibes coming from our little soul tribe, and may it percolate in people's hearts and souls today in a way that can show them that they are this God born soul, eternal, all powerful, more dangerous than danger. Wow. Toodles with oodles of love. Yay, Cammy. Go get him, girl. Yeah. All right. Much love, everybody. Have a glorious, glorious time today with the divine. Yeah. Bye.